This is bigger than you realize. What's up, guys? This is Jordan Hardison with AIO.Church, CEO of AIO.Church. Man, thank you for joining us today. I am excited to talk about the craziness that is going on in the news right now. It's absolutely insane. I want you to, we've gotten this leak about Mythos, but more and more information is coming out about it. It's more than just a leak now. Anthropic came out, they talked about it, they said it's real, they gave us a preview of it, and I have got to talk about that. Now, before we get into it, real quick, I want to tell you, hey, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel. It's amazing. You may not know me yet, but I'm excited to see where we're going with this channel as we talk about AI in a very practical way. Now, in this particular video, the first thing I'm going to talk about is some of the craziness that's going on in AI news. After that, I'm going to talk about a little bit of philosophy and where I think AI is going. And then after that, I want to show you a little bit about what we are doing tangibly with AI in a productive way at the end of the video. So if you don't want to hear everything I have to say about AI, that's cool. Skip to the end of the video. You can see the product demo there. But let's jump into it. Mythos. Wow. This thing is absolutely crazy. I mean, this is a scale that I don't think that we can really comprehend just yet. I want to jump into some of the facts about this. First thing is, this thing comes out, it's absolutely insane. It's way, way, way more powerful than any other current AI model that's available to the public. I mean, by a significant margin. A significant margin. So we're looking at benchmarks right now. That's kind of how we're grading these AI models, right? So if we look at some of these benchmarks currently, okay, this is not just like Opus 4.6 that's a little bit refined. No, this is like insanely better than what we currently are using today. So the first thing is the SWE Bench Pro, 77.8%. That's absolutely insane. To give you an idea, ChatGPT 5.4 right now, 57.7%. Mythos is 77.8%. That is crazy. The SWE Bench Verified, 93.9%. 93.9. This is absolutely insane benchmarks. We have GPQA Diamond, 94.6%, CyberGem, 83.1%. I mean, this is absolutely incredible what Mythos can do. And I want you to think about this for just a moment. They have created an AI model that is so powerful that they cannot safely give it to the public. I think this is important because I have long been looking at, well, I can't say too long because this explosion of AI has been so short, but AI has been trending, I mean, extremely hyperbolic. I mean, the line is near vertical as far as what's next in the capabilities of AI. It's advancing so quickly. Trying to understand what's next is crazy. My question has been, when is this going to level off? What is that level off going to look like? Is it going to be a smooth level off, or are we going to absolutely hit a ceiling? What's going on with this? What I'm seeing with Mythos right now is I think I have found what will be the ceiling. The reality is, and this is going to get kind of interesting because I'm so divided on this. I really am so divided on this because one of the things that I realize now, I think we are reaching the ceiling. I think we're reaching the level off. And what is going to cause the level off is not our inability to advance in technology. It is going to be the restrictions that are going to be placed on it so that people don't have it. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Mythos. Mythos is so powerful that they have not released it to the public. Now, there are companies that have Mythos right now. This is crazy. They've created this preview and this product called Glasswing. And right now, Mythos is currently available to several huge companies. I'm going to list them out for you right now. There's 11 core Glasswing partners right now. It's AWS, Apple, Broadcom, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Google, JP Chase, Linux Foundation, Microsoft, Nvidia, I don't even know how to say this one, but Palo Alto Networks, and then there's about 40 other additional critical infrastructure organizations, but those are the 11 core organizations that currently have access to Mythos. I want to give you some more information on how powerful this thing is. It has already found zero-day vulnerabilities in every major OS. Every major OS that exists, it has found zero-day vulnerabilities. In every major browser, it has found zero-day vulnerabilities, including a 27-year-old OpenBSD bug and a 16-year-old FFmpeg flaw that 5 million automated test runs missed. I mean, this thing is clearly, I mean, we're talking superhuman levels. I talked about this in the last video real quick, and what makes this so unique is that It's obviously it can do more faster than a human can. A calculator can do more faster than a human can. That's not what makes this significant. But the idea, I mean, at the individual level, at one thing, I mean, we're getting to a point where there may not be a human being on Earth that can find the bugs that this thing has already been able to find. And I think that is absolutely incredible. I mean, that's when you look at the intelligence of the model specifically. This thing is absolutely next level. I mean, it is 20 points on benchmarks higher than the best models that you and I are using today. And I've been using all of the best models that I can get my hands on. I mean, it's amazing. Now, what's going to get interesting with this? What's going to get interesting with this is right now this is not open. It's not even open to the public, but it's certainly not open source. Open models are going to catch up to this. This is going to happen. So right now it is restricted because we have a company that has those morals and values that are causing it to be restricted, and maybe they'll create a safe version of it, and maybe it will become public. Maybe that's where we're going. But what I'm getting with this is what happens when other people and other companies who don't have those same moral restrictions build it to the same level of Mythos, because we've already seen that happen. We've seen that happen. I mean, think about, do you guys remember when Sonnet 3.7 was like the best thing you could possibly have? And now look at what Opus 4.6 can do. There's open models that are currently available. Look at Minimax M2.7. It far exceeds what Sonnet 3.7 can do. And this is an open model that you can run on your own hardware. So the reality is that this is a very short time that we're living in right now where this level of intelligence in AI is not open to the public. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen, but I think we finally hit the shelf. I think what's coming is a moment where we say, okay, it is not safe for us to let this thing get any smarter. We have AI models right now that are training themselves and becoming smart. That's how we got from Minimax 2.5 to Minimax 2.7. I mean, it's crazy what's going on in the news right now. Speaking about what's going on in the news right now, I have got to talk about Ghost Murmur. Like, I think that it's funny how some of this stuff gets out, because they come out, they talk about it, and they're like, yeah, it's a super secret thing. This is what happened. And I feel like people watching the news and people, they don't understand the significance of the information that is actually being given to you. This is not me making this stuff up. This is what they're actually saying. It's what we know about it, and they're not even telling us the secret stuff. So what did this thing do? What is this Ghost Murmur technology? Why is it so important? This thing sent some sort of electromagnetic quantum signal, and using those signals, it was able to detect the heartbeat of a specific person. Not just the heartbeat of many people. Your heartbeat, I guess, it has a signal that is very unique to you, like a fingerprint. And so using this technology, they were able to send out these electromagnetic quantum waves, and then they were able to receive the data back, and then they used, I mean, can you imagine? It's like, yeah, we've been using a little bit of Claude. Okay, we go to Venezuela, we take Maduro, and the response is, yeah, we used a little bit of Claude. Now we have the biggest conflict in the Middle East, probably in history, and the response is, yeah, we used a little bit of Claude. And you wonder why you're being rate limited, by the way, by Anthropic. Like, how much of this are they actually using? And this little bit of Claude usage, all of a sudden Mythos comes out, and now you're hearing about Ghost Murmur. They take these signals, the AI analyzes this signal, and from the analysis of this signal, they can tell from some hundreds of miles away, they can say, this exact person is hiding in a crevice in a mountain. That is crazy. That is significant. I mean, I want you to think about that. Like, so I'm talking to two completely different people here right now. The first person that I'm talking to right now is the person who is using AI every day, the person who knows a ton about AI. Maybe you use Claude Code. Maybe you're building apps. Maybe you're doing these things and you already know what AI can do. Did you realize that AI can do that? That is absolutely incredible. That is only the part that they told us about. That's not the secret part of it. That's the part that they told us about. I mean, it's amazing what level of technology currently exist with AI that we don't even know about. Now, to the person who doesn't know anything about AI, I mean, you go in, maybe you use ChatGPT, maybe you write an email with ChatGPT, whatever it is that you're doing with ChatGPT. I want you to understand that the world that we are living in is significantly different than it was in January. That is how much of a big deal this is. I mean, what type of technology do we have with AI? So here's my thing, right? Where is the top of the curve? I think a couple different directions are going to start happening with AI. Number one, I think we're close. I think we're really getting close to the top of the curve. And it's not because of a limitation of technology. It's because of what is actually safe to provide to the public. Here are my predictions of where I think AI is going. The first thing I want to say is that AI is going to, maybe we'll start to see a little bit of a level off in the intelligence growth, but we're going to start to see a difference in the training data. And this is important because now what we're starting to see happen is that AI can produce data that it can train itself off of. I'll give you an example. We use all of these different languages to write code. We use Python, we use TypeScript, we use all of the PHP, we use all of these different languages to write code. But at the end of the day, it is binary, right? It's ones and zeros at the end of the day. And the only reason why we have these languages of code is because these languages that we write in makes it easier for us to write code in an efficient way. But the best possible way to write code, if you could, would be to write the actual binary, write it in ones and zeros. I think that is the direction that AI is going. And I echo Elon Musk when he talks about this. Soon, the model is going to be able to write binary directly, and it's going to become so efficient that maybe we're approaching the spike of intelligence. Again, not because of technology, but because of restriction. And so maybe we're going to really start pushing into efficiency. And that's where models like GLM 5.1 come to mind. I mean, this is insane. We're talking about open source models that are coming from China that you can use and that you can run that are at Opus level capability. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. And so what we're going to see is we're going to see more and more and more efficiency coming out. And maybe we'll get to a point where the models are writing directly in ones and zeros. Now, here's another prediction that I think is important, or if I can say, what is the next arms race? So right now, we're in this Cold War era arms race with AI. Who can build the biggest model? Who can build the most powerful model? Who can build the most efficient model? I think this is going to start to shift. Like I said, I think efficiency is going to become a big deal. But I think that there's something that we might be missing, and that is the harness. I really believe that the harness is the next huge arms race when it comes to AI. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about the actual body that the AI uses. Think about AI like a brain in a jar, right? The model is a brain in a jar. It can't do anything without a body. You can have Mythos, it can be super powerful. I mean, think about Mythos was able to escape a sandbox environment. It was able to do that because they gave them the harness to be able to do it. It had the bodies, it had the tools, it had the arms and the legs that were needed in order for it to happen. And so that is why I want you to understand that harness is so significantly important. Think about Claude Code for just a moment. Claude Code it was leaked the other day, and within 24 hours of Claude Code being leaked, we have Claw Code, which is the fastest growing GitHub repository ever. Why is that significant? I had a comment in my last video that was saying, well, it wasn't Claude that was leaked. It was Claude Code that was leaked. So it's not the actual brain that was leaked. No, I get that, but you're missing the importance because that harness is almost as important as the actual model itself. That's the big deal. The AI model by itself can only do so much, but with the harness, that's what's able to do everything. People are afraid of AI taking over and doing crazy things. What's going to let it do that is not just its intelligence, it's the body that we give it, the tools that we give it to be able to use it. So the fact that Claude Code got leaked is not a small thing. That's a big thing. That's a huge deal because that is the most powerful harness on earth right now. at least that we know about, that's open to the public. That is a big deal, and that got leaked. And so what I think that's going to happen is as we continue on, models are going to become more efficient. We are going to see some intelligence gain, but I don't think we're going to see these massive spikes in intelligence anymore. I think we're going to start to see some efficiencies. We'll have to look back a year from now and see if I was wrong. But I do think that the harness is going to be significantly important. How is AI actually productive? How is it actually useful? I use AI to write emails all the time. I use AI to write code. That's productive. That's cool. But like there's still something missing. And when you look at this AI that was able to identify a human being specifically by name hiding in a mountain, in a crevice somewhere, that is useful. That is productive AI. And what does that is not just the model, it's the harness. That's a huge deal. I've been obsessed with this concept for a long time. It started with context engineering. Remember that? It was all about context engineering. Who could build the best context engineering system? Now it's about the harness. I've been obsessed by it. And that's why I want to show you one of our tools that we have here at AIO. And the tool is AIO Assist. AIO Assist is our local AI agent. It's what we believe is going to make AI actually productive. I mean, think about OpenClaw, right? OpenClaw has changed the world of AI because it's this idea of not only productive AI, but proactive AI. This is what we have been working on that we believe takes that a step further. Now, I want to show you one specific thing today about AIO Assist that I think kind of sets it apart and makes it significantly valuable to you. So if you check this out, the first thing I want to show you is that we have our orchestrator, which is a main chat, and that is how we are communicating with it. But it is setting up multiple threads. So it's setting up all of these different worker threads. These worker threads are just as capable as the primary orchestrator. So these worker threads are all set up here, and then what it can do is it can write its own skill. So if it thinks that it needs a skill, if the orchestrator thinks that it needs a skill specific to this task, it can write that skill and then it can assign it to that particular thread. So it's the same level of intelligence with the skill added on top of it. We have all of these threads. This is what allows the AI to do a lot of things all at the same time. Now, how do we keep this thing productive and proactive? The answer is the automations that are built into the harness. And that's what I want to show you right now. So we have automations. We can go in here and we can manually set up automations, or the orchestrator can do it. If I click here, we have a couple different automation types. We have scheduled automations, like, hey, I want to report every morning at 8 a.m. But we also have a couple things here, like the plan executor. And this is where I think this harness is really going to start taking off, because we have an entire planning system built into AIO Assist. We'll do an entire video on it. It's absolutely incredible. I think it is the best way to use Claude Code currently available on the market. But you can create this plan, or it can create the plan of action for your entire product. We did this with a CMS recently. So we built a huge e-commerce CMS. We did it, and the MVP was built within 24 hours using this exact method. But basically, what it does is you can have a plan that's set up, and the plan executor is going to say, hey, look at that plan, see what else needs to be done, and continue to execute the plan. This is going to trigger it to run over and over and over again. And so it's not just going to say, hey, every 5 minutes shoot a prompt over it. It's going to say, whenever this particular thread stops, immediately shoot another prompt at it, tell it to look at the actual orchestration plan, find out what needs to happen next, and continue to do it. What's cool about it is that you can actually set up the active hours. So let's say that you only want this to work at night while you're sleeping. You could set that up, and then it could continue to work. You can set max runs, all of these types of things. The next thing I want to show you is the architect automation. And so with architect automation, what this is doing is this is looking at the actual idea of the product. So what does this look like in real life? How am I using this today? An example, we meet with the client, we understand what they want their CMS to do, we transcribe, so the Assist software transcribes the entire meeting, and so it's able to look back, understand what the client wants, and then begin architecting it. And that is what this architect automation is built for. It's going to continue to work on that plan. So it's not coding, it's just developing the plan and setting up every single step that is needed in order for the product to be fully developed. That is the architect. Again, you can decide what active hours do I want this to run. And then something super cool, I'll be honest with you, this was inspired by something that I saw, but I want to show it to you. We have Dream. And the concept of Dream is how can the AI be productive while you're sleeping? And the cool thing about the Dream automation mode is that you can set it up during the time, whatever hours you want, or during the time that you're sleeping. And what this is going to do is different than Architect. It's going to look at the current product and it is going to brainstorm. It's going to come up with ideas and how to actually execute those ideas. It's going to say, how can I make this product better? And it's going to continuously brainstorm that, and it is going to produce documents of exactly in steps what is needed in order to make the product better. And so I think that as we look at productive AI and we look at how it's going to be more useful in the future, this is just a small example of a harness that's taking those models and creating a system that is able to be proactive, able to continue to work on its own. And I'm also excited to say that we are very, I mean, it could be, by the time you're watching this video, it may already be available, but we are getting ready to release our own coding agent. Our own coding agent. It's called Redefine AI. It's the same agent that we're using in our entire ecosystem, but we have built a version of it specifically for coding, specifically for this harness and the orchestrator. Right now, the orchestrator currently works with Codex. It currently works with Claude Code, but now Ray is going to be an available option as well as a super, super affordable and very powerful way for you to use the software. Hey, I want to thank you for joining me on this video today. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more AI news, more of my reactions of what I think that's going on, and then more information about this particular software and how you can use it to absolutely transform your business, your church, your life, whatever it is. I can't wait to see you in the next video. I'll see you soon.